Well, hello and welcome to the show. We're so glad you've joined us this week on Discovering the Horseman Within.
Well, hello and welcome to the show. We're sure glad you joined us today.
Well, hello and welcome to the show. Glad you could join us today.
Well, hello and welcome to the show. Well, hello and welcome to the show today.
Well, hello and welcome to today's show. I'm sure glad you've joined us this week.
Today, we're gonna focus on one rider, and that's Chad Wenger. Amazing rider.
I'm working with 8 of the greatest people on the whole entire planet.
Well, hello there and welcome to the show.
Well, hello and welcome to the show. Okay, never mind.
The kid is just, I've never seen anybody like him. He's just,
You know, it's a little hard filming a show because I have a crew of young people who like to play around and they don't always pay attention. So between the film crew and my riding crew, you're in for a lot of laughs.
And we got a great group of riders and we're really excited. We're gonna have some fun. And you stay tuned now. And
words can't describe it. And you know, we're just gonna focus and talk all about him on this show.
And we're sure excited to bring you another great episode that's coming up right here on Discovering the Horseman Within. Do 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 do.
Gonna take a ride on one true horse.
Well, hello and welcome to the show. This week we're going to be talking about how to keep your horse quiet on the trail to avoid jigginess. Then we're going to work on stops, rollbacks, and spins. And then when we're all said and done, we're going to take these horses into town and have a little lunch. One of the things that I really have tried to encourage people is to have fun with your horses and to have fun with friends and family. That's what horses are really about. They're about friends and family and the love that God gave us to share with others. I never want to find myself being a passenger. My horse should ride the speed I ask him to ride when I ask him to ride it. Then I know I have control and that I'm going to be safe no matter what happens next. Here's my theory. When I have my horse's nose like that, soft when I want it, that gives me hydraulic brakes, okay? And hydraulic steering, power steering. If you remember driving the old Dodge Power Wagon that didn't have hydraulic brakes or power steering, it was a pretty much push me, pull me affair and a lot of effort. When I get my horse's nose soft, I have control of his whole body, because what it does, the hind end's driving up underneath of him and it balances him. Now if he just elevates his head and pulls his chin and hollows out his back, that's different. But as long as you've got that hind end driving up underneath of you and you've got that front end soft, you know, and you shouldn't always have to lift your hand way up. I do that when I'm loping. It's real easy to just lift up like this and just work that front third of his neck. But once I've done that, I've balanced his body and I'm ready to go. I have the control that I'm looking for and I don't worry about my horse running off. When I take my hands here and I'm pulling for all I'm worth here, that has this horse's whole body from his tail to his nose pushing against me. When I lift here, just working that front third of his neck and his nose. I'm just softening up that piece right there. When I go out on a trail ride, I love to lope with my friends, but I don't like to have a runaway. And if I feel like my horse is getting out of control, I'm gonna set him down. I'm gonna set him down, back him up. This is between him and me. Okay? Remember, did you learn to drive on the crowded interstate? Or did you learn to drive on an empty back road? Well, you gotta ride your horse the same way. If you're trying to lope him in places that it's not comfortable and safe to lope out on the trail, then you need to fix that. You need to lope him in places that it's comfortable and safe to lope, so that this horse has the opportunity to do his best work. And you can fix him and build on him. This is my opinion. If you want a horse that's never gonna make a mistake and that you never need to fix on, then you buy a four-wheeler. But your horse, no matter how perfect he is the day you buy him, he's going to go up and down in his level of training. This isn't a horse race. This is friends all going out and loping. Work gentle and slow. Soften that horse's face Ride along, leave slack in those reins. I want to make my horse constantly be better. Well, how do I do that? All I do is take it in stride. I look at what I've got. Is my horse loping on a slack rein and enjoying himself? Will he come back when I ask him to? If I ask him gently to come back right as Hannah passes me, will he? Because if he will, then I don't have a problem. But if I'm holding and my elbows are tight and my shoulders hurt, I need to fix it. And the best way to fix it is just right where I'm at. Change direction, stop, back up, make him work a little bit harder than we've been working. And if we do that, then our horse is always going to learn to ride with us. Why? Because he recognizes us as a leader. We control his leg speed. He sees us as a rider, not a passenger. If you're one of those people that gets a hold and pulls, you become a passenger, and the horse just braces against you and rides through. You really want to get in the habit of being a rider, not a passenger. One of the concerns that I hear from people all the time are, what do I do? I have to ride near a highway. What do I do when my horse gets antsy with traffic? Well, first of all, control your emotions. Remember, you are your horse's leader. If you get nervous, he's going to get nervous. If I start acting scared as these vehicles come up behind me, my horse is going to get worried. He's going to say, what's going on? I don't have any idea what's going on. So I will look behind me and check back there and say, all right, where's the traffic at? Is there traffic coming? And otherwise, I let them be. Now, if and when traffic catches up to me, what I'm going to do is turn and face the traffic. And so all that's going to do is let my horse see what's coming. And then as the vehicles pass, I'm going to go ahead and turn and follow them and chase them away, so that they're going to, they're going to go faster than you are, so you're going to chase them out of his world. And a horse is by nature a bully. And they love it when they learn that they can chase something away. They absolutely love that, and they get to where they're good at it. So your horse will start looking forward to traffic coming instead of getting antsy and nervous. But again, the biggest thing I can tell people when you're out on a trail ride and you're next to the road, you've got to keep control of your emotions. If you don't keep control of your emotions, they can't keep control of theirs. One of the things I like to do, I like to work my horses in different environments. So what we're doing here, we're headed down to the local rodeo arena, and we're just gonna work on stops and rollbacks. When you work on stops, rollbacks, and spins, particularly stops, I see a lot of people take a fresh horse and go out and try to teach him to stop. That horse wants to go, 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 and all they're doing is saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. So a good warm-up, I think, is critical. It's an important part of what you're doing. By trotting and loping 2 or 3 miles to get to a new place to work, when you get there, your horse is in a frame of mind to listen and learn. He's already got all of the fresh out, and you use that creatively in what you were doing. So I realize not everybody has the setups that we have located where we're at, or all of the terrain that we have, but most of us do have friends. And so it's a real good idea to just ride to somebody's house today and work at their house, and next Saturday they can ride to your house and you guys can work at your place and then go for trail rides. And jiggy horses, and I've said this, you've heard it a bunch, jiggy horses happen, we build them because we get home and we are tired and we are hot, and we put our horses away and we take care of him right away, because we learned that from John Wayne, and it's a good thing. Care for your horse and then take care of yourself. Well, the problem is we're hot and tired, so we take care of our horse pretty quickly, put him away, go in and get something to drink. When I come home from a trail ride, what I want to do is work around the barn, work on my horse, work on his side pass, work on his stops, work on his rollbacks. I don't care what you work on, his flying lead changes, it doesn't really matter. Work on something around the barn for maybe 15 or 20 minutes. Let your horse cool out while you're working him. Give him a drink of water, tie him to a tree. Don't just go put him back in his pen, tie him to a tree. Go take care of yourself, get a drink, whatever. Come back, work him a few more minutes, then put him away. What you'll discover is your horse is no longer in such a big hurry to get back to the barn. So we're pretty fortunate. The ranch sits between Lovell and Grable, and the indoor facility is real close to Grable. It's only about a 3-mile ride down into town to the A&W. And right here on the edge of town, they have a little rodeo arena. And honestly, back to when I was a small child, this rodeo arena has been here. They maybe have changed the construction a little bit and moved things around, but it's always open to the public. You can see they leave the barrels set up and people can just come in and ride and play and do whatever they want. Okay, so we're gonna work on stops and turns for a few minutes. So today I want you to really work on developing reach in your horse's front end, okay? So all I want you to do is start your horses in a gentle circle, but you're predominantly going to use your inside hand. I want you to pick it up and bring that front end across, okay? Use that outside leg. Don't worry about 3 turns or 4 turns or anything else. Bring that nose out here and bring him around and then release him. Let him come out of there. Look at Stormy's like, hey, I'm just going to turn for you. All right, so right along here. Use your inside. Now, Stormy right away starts anticipating it. He gets it. He's going to anticipate it. Keep your inside leg and hold him where you want him to be. This horse doesn't get to turn unless you ask him to. When I take his nose over here, I put my outside leg, I want to pull him through there just a little bit, okay? Don't jerk. Just bring that front end around. Do not get yourself where you're falling in the direction you're going. Eventually, you quite obviously want to be able to just tip your hand there and let him go. And let him come around, right? Now, in your stops, the only thing I'm going to talk about in stops, I'm going to lope around you here and I'm going to stop right here. And what I want you to really focus on in your stops is you, not your horse. I want you to push your horse up, and then 2.5 or 3 strides before you're going to stop, I want you to take your legs off and relax, say whoa, and then stop. But you've got to commit. Most of us go like this when we go to stop, right? We don't think the horse is going to stop, so we pull up and squeeze with our legs. Can't do that. I want you to really commit. If he doesn't stop, we'll fix it, but you're not going to fall off just because he didn't stop. So again, this is you. Your horses all stop. You've worked all of them. This is we're working on you. As I lope around here, I want to fix this face. I'm driving him up into that bridle with my legs. Driving him up into that bridle. Legs come off. Whoa. Pick him up. Bring that front end around. Ride him through there. Right here, my legs come off. Whoa. Get him to set down, right? So we're not doing big, long sliding stops. Just getting him to commit, and really I'm working on you. I'm gonna watch you. Reach further forward with your leg, Haley. Good, Christiana. Don't let him put his nose too far out. Kind of keep his nose in, but that looked good. Nice, Hannah. It's a forward movement exercise. I want to see you make the change from the forward direction. A little more forward. Use your outside leg and drive that horse a little more forward, Christiana. I want him riding up. There you go. A little more forward. Lope him into that bridle a little bit, Robin. Don't just let him lope. Lope him into that bridle. Frame him up, lope him into that. So he's got that nose there, and he's ready to drive that hindquarters underneath his nose when you stop him. There you go. There you go. Nice. When I say ride him into the bridle, what I'm talking about, you watch, sometimes she's loping around and she lets his nose out. Right here, she's got him in the frame. She's got Axel framed up and his nose is underneath of him and he's getting his hind end underneath of him. She's riding him into that bridle, so when she takes her legs off, all he's got to do is set on his butt and he's ready to stop. And that's what I want to do. I want to get that horse where he's really listening to me. You know, when we're out in the pasture, the last few shows, we haven't asked these horses to ride into the bridle all the time. But when you get in this arena and you're working on him, I want to know you've got him there. I want to know that if you pick up on that rein, you can ride him into the bridle deeper and deeper and deeper if you need to. The deeper you go, the more you get this horse's body. The more you get his body, the better balanced he stayed, the better performance you have. All right, you guys, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry. Let's go get some lunch. Innovation, coming up with something new or original. Another way to look at it is not being afraid of change. Sometimes we get so tied into our habits, right? Or into our lifestyle or into what we do that we become afraid of change. Same thing with our horses. We get in a groove, in a habit. Well, this is the way I do things with my horse all the time. I can't change that. And when we do that, our horse gets in a real habit too. And then when you change one little thing, all of a sudden we blow it all out of the water. So innovation is being willing to adapt and change and try something new, come up with a new idea, come up with a new exercise, or come up with a new product. You know, a few years ago, I was really fortunate. I came up with the lifter bit. I love it. I tell people all the time, I'm not an inventor, not at all. I just put a few pieces of different bits together that I liked, and bang, it worked out really nice, and I liked it. But I was willing first to try something new and different. I think a lot of people are afraid of change. They're afraid of what might happen if they try something new. I always encourage my kids, go for it. Try it, weigh the cost, find out if it's worth it, and as long as it's morally and ethically okay, go for it. The worst that can happen is you come back and say, well, that didn't work out that good. I didn't really like that. So when I look at character traits, innovation is about me being willing to adapt, try a new idea, come up with a new idea, try something original. I'll tell you what, you know you're hungry when you come into town this fast. We're not going fast enough. You know, when you ride your horses everywhere and you build the foundation, pretty soon it doesn't matter where you go or what you do. The horse is there with you and you have that partner you've always wanted, that partner for life. That's what horsemanship is about. Creating that relationship of trust between you and your horse. You know what? What better way than to end up right here at the A&W in downtown Grable. We come here all the time. This is like our favorite stop spot. We're gonna have some good food, some ice cream. Steven, you redneck, you're never gonna fit under there. You can't.
I can.
Go tie that horse up, let's eat like civilized people. Come on, hurry up, I need some food here.
We are having fish sandwiches. Okay. And then may I get a root beer float with diet root beer? This whole show is so much fun, and I enjoyed hanging out with all of these guys and messing around. We had a great time. I would definitely do it again.
This has been a really good opportunity to get out and ride horses and be a little competitive while still being friendly.
It's great to be friends and competitors with the people that you're working with.
It went really well, and I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as we did.
Couldn't have had a better time riding with this group of people.
We hope you enjoyed these shows as we bring them to you. We look forward to seeing you at the sale. And until then, may God bless the trails you ride.
Find out more about Ken McNabb horsemanship at kenmcnabb.com.
That one true horse, the perfect partner built to ride. One true horse, a bond that cannot be denied. You would search forever just to have the chance to take a ride on one true horse.
Half girl fight.
Any cheese curd in my teeth?
May God bless the trails you ride.
That sounded kind of
Wait, my voice was right here.
All right, one more time.
Yeah, let's do it.
I can always count on Dee Dee for the best outtake ever.
You ready? One more time.